Even in medical care reform, who do you think is going to come out well on this? Corporations, drug companies, and insurance companies, they're being protected. You know, everybody, some conservatives accuse Obama of wanting socialized medicine. I don't think so. I think he wants to perpetuate corporatism, whether it's in the financial markets or whether it's in medical care or whatever. So I just think that the difficulty is the transition. How do you go from where we need to go without hurting people? And quite frankly, you can't do it. People are going to be hurt one way or the other. I just want to minimize the pain, Arianna, and I just don't want to put the pain on the taxpayer.
You would agree with Ron Paul in that corporations are getting, you believe, a free ride off of this administration as well as the last.
Well, I would also agree with Congressman Paul that this is not capitalism. This is not free enterprise capitalism.
It's not capitalism at all.
This is definitely not capitalism. This is really oligopoly.
Yeah.
And that's why we have, 92 smaller regional banks that have failed. 92 banks. But the 5 big banks are bigger than ever. Their profits are growing. Their toxic assets are still on the books. That's what I want us to discuss. Congressman Paul, how come a year later, after the bailout, which was supposed to get rid of the toxic assets are still there and still a potential time bomb for another economic meltdown?
And Ron, we're up against a hard break, so give us a 30-second answer.
Well, because they haven't solved the problem. Some of the toxic assets are now owned by the taxpayers. That's one thing. But this is my argument. They won't get rid of them. You have to liquidate it. You should allow the correction to occur in 1 year and get all those bad assets out of the way. The fact that they're propping them up means that we're working very hard to perpetuate this problem and turn it into the second Great Depression, if it's not as bad, but much worse if we continue to do what we're doing by not allowing those toxic assets to be liquidated.